This activity, called Most Important, will help the children sort out the priorities of everyday events and items, showing them that nothing is more important than God. The children will be shown groups of cards, and they'll have to decide which of the cards are more important than the others. Okay guys, today we are going to play the most important game. What I mean by that is we're going to play a game where we talk about what's most important. It's not going to be the most important game, but here's how it's going to work. I've got some cards here, and they've got lots of different things on them, and I'm going to put them back here against the wall, and then I want you to look at them and decide what is the most important thing in the group, and then go stand by that. Okay, now we're going to start easy, and there's not really necessarily a right answer. You might think something's more important than somebody else, but then it'll get a little bit more difficult, and I'll show you how that works. So here's the first set of cards. So you guys can go ahead and stand up. And I'm going to set these cards down, and then after I set them down, I'll let you go stand by the one that you think is the most important. Okay, this one says DVD player. DVD player might be pretty important to you. This one says playing soccer. You might really enjoy playing soccer. Your favorite band. Your favorite band might be pretty important. Let's see, something else here. Playing football. Okay, playing football. Let's see. So why don't you guys go ahead and go stand by what you think is the most important thing to you. What's most important? Favorite band. DVD player. So you two both standing by favorite band, okay? And you two both think the DVD player is more important to you. Why is that? You like movies. You like movies, okay? And you guys like music. Yeah, okay, great, good. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna change these around. So let me pull football out. I'm going to put television. Let me pull DVD player out. And I'm going to put baseball. And let me pull soccer out. And I'm going to put Friends. And then I'm going to pull favorite band out. And I'm going to put playing tennis. So what do you think? Stand by which one you think is most important. Television, playing tennis, Friends, or what's that one over there? Playing baseball. Okay, you guys all say Friends, most important thing in that group, and playing tennis, most important. Why is that? You do it with your friends, that's true. That's a great way to stay in shape too, a lot of running. Yeah, good. Okay, all right guys, now it's gonna start to get a little bit harder. I'm gonna mix in some more difficult things to decide between. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna replace two of these. We're gonna replace playing baseball with homework. I'm going to replace television with, let's see, this one goes here. I'm going to replace television with healthy food. So what do you think's most important there in that list now? Homework's pretty darn important, yeah. Healthy food. So it's pretty important to do your homework, obviously, because you want to do well in school, right? Yeah, and healthy food, well, that's pretty important too, because you want your body to be healthy. It's kind of a little bit harder to decide between those, isn't it? You know what, I'm going to put a couple more down here that are a little bit more difficult. Okay, I'm going to replace playing tennis with car. Okay, now what that means is transportation. Like where we live, you pretty much have to have a car to get around. Now some places, they might need a bus pass to get around, or they might need a pass to ride the train, or something like that. But transportation is pretty important. Well, let me see, I'm gonna put something else here. I'm gonna put parents in place of friends. Now let's try to decide, what do you think is most important? Having a car to get around is pretty important, isn't it? But you know, it's also very important to have your parents to help take care of you, kind of in between the two, huh? Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna make it a little more simple. I'm gonna add a fifth card, okay? And I'm gonna put it right here. This card says God. So now, out of all of these things, what's the most important? Definitely God's more important, isn't he? Okay, good. You guys come have a seat. Okay, guys, we had a lot of cards to decide between what was more important. But did it make it a lot easier when I put down the God card into the mix? Did you have to worry about which of the other ones were more important? Didn't have to worry about those other cards, did you? You know, our lives can be like that. We remember that God is the most important thing in our lives, and we won't have to worry that much about trying to get the rest of our lives in order. If we keep God at the center of our lives and most important, then all the rest of these things, they'll kind of line up. We won't have to worry about them when we remember that God is the most important thing in our lives. You know, we talked a lot about what's more important to each one of us, and it's okay if, you know, football is more important to you than TV, or if, you know, some things are less important, or whether playing on the computer is more important than watching DVDs. Those are minor decisions. But we need to remember that we should place God at the center of our lives and make Him most important. And we need to live our lives in a way that shows that.